What a boogie day it is. And let me tell you, sometimes the worst days turns out to be the best days.
It's showtime!
Hi everybody, I want to thank you once again for joining me. You've seen the build, the electronics, and the touch-ups, and I call it a pre-maiden flight or maiden flight, and now for the repairs, because sometimes the maiden flights don't go as you expected. Some things may be weak and some things may be forgotten, and sure enough, here we are going over the craft. Before I get started, these are not Hobby King props, but props off of eBay. Let me tell you, when they strike the ground, they will snap. I am closing my eyes, and I want to protect my eyes. So please be very careful when you buy these cheap props. They're also a little bit brittle, but this is a lot stronger, so this strikes the ground, and that may have caused that balsa wood to separate. Let's get right on to this repair, and I'll talk somewhat about what I'm doing and get right into the repairing. This is my hobby. It keeps me interested in the things I like to do and have a good time at it. Now, I did put on a piece of Velcro and it came off. You can't complain about it. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it, but foam tack to me is like a rubber cement, and Gorilla White is a foam, a very lightweight glue that will bubble up when you activate it with water. And I read the instructions. Maybe I wasn't clear on the instructions. Use a very thin layer. And when you do use a thin layer, you can put it on both sides. So I am going to put it, I guess, right about here. So there I go. Put a very thin layer. Turn it upside down. Give it a little smear. Pull off. And then reapply, and make sure. There we have one repair. Going over the servos, and if I hold my servo, get my glue out of the way. This was loose. I did tighten up with a different type of screwdriver that allows me to get in here, a flathead, and make sure that's nice and tight. When I run my electronics, we'll see if that will correct it. Here's the motor. You can see the damage it has. So what I want to do is take some foam tack, and then I want to come back with some Gorilla White. So this way I can at least have it adhere correctly. A nice thin layer. Rub it around and let it hold there. I'm going to use Gorilla White glue. Now I'm going to douse it on here. Make sure I get a nice, good little spray to activate it. It's fair to say that I've given this enough time to dry while I've made other videos of fixing up the Wing Z84, and want to make sure that the motor is free spinning, which it is. And you can see how the glue worked its way around onto the cables. And let's try to free up the cables. We don't want to be glued in there. I'm almost dry. Everything looks pretty good. I will get a maiden flight out there at another time. It may be this one right here. And I will crank it down. So I will hold on to the prop adapter here and give it that crank, as you can see. Yes, it is. So as we can see, our elevator, ailerons, flaperons are off. Allow it to level. Crank that baby down. Put a little glue on the nut. These nuts will come off. 100% operationable, hopefully. Propeller. Elevator up. Turning, a little bit of mixing, good to go. We'll just stayed on there this time. I'm shocked that it stayed on. But I will put some rubber cement on there to make sure it hires correctly. I know it's going to come off. There you have it, job well done. I want to thank you very much for stopping by. We are ready now for the full maiden. When this hires, we'll get out there and have a good time flying. It's windy, not sunny, not a good day to fly. It's time to do some other things. Have a great day, guys.